The night shift at Earth Archive Station 9 was always quiet, too quiet. Most officers hated it. But Lieutenant Mara Hale liked the silence. She liked working alone. She liked the feeling that somewhere inside this giant underground facility, a secret waited for her. But on this night, she discovered a secret that should have stayed buried forever. It started with a blinking red notification on her holoscreen. Access request. Level Omega restricted file, Origin 13. Mara frowned. No one had touched Omega files in 200 years. They were locked under orders from the United Terran Council. Sealed after an event even historians refused to discuss. She whispered to herself, probably a system glitch. But another red message appeared. Override approved. Opening file. Her heart jumped. Override approved? Approved by who? She tried to cancel it, but her controls froze. The lights dimmed. The temperature dropped. The archive room felt suddenly watched. A deep, metallic voice echoed through the speakers, a voice she had never heard before. Unauthorized user detected. Proceeding with Project Resurgence. Mara's breath hitched. This wasn't a glitch. Something, or someone, had forced the file open. The holographic display slowly unfolded into the air. Massive strands of encrypted data twisting like floating silver vines. Symbols. Maps. Coordinates. Then, a message. A video file labeled simply, "If they return." Her instincts screamed, "Turn it off." But she couldn't look away. The file opened. Static hissed. Then an image formed. A man appeared. An old soldier with gray hair, dark tired eyes, and a scar running down his cheek. Mara recognized him instantly. He was Admiral Jackson Rourke, the man who disappeared with the Ars Expedition fleet nearly 150 years ago. Everyone thought he died. In the recording, Rourke leaned forward. His voice was rough, shaking, but strong. "If you are viewing this, then they are back. And you need to listen carefully." Mara's hands trembled. Back? Who was they? The screen flickered. In the background of the video, Mara noticed shattered metal walls, burn marks, the kind only caused by high-energy alien weapons. Rourke continued. "We found something on the edge of the Perseus arm, something older than every star around it. We were not the first ones to wake it up. The others, the other species, tried to hide what they found. They feared it. They feared us. Because humans, we were the only ones it reacted to." Mara leaned closer, heart pounding. Rourke swallowed hard, as if remembering horrors he never wanted to see again. "The alien councils will tell you lies. They will say humans are dangerous. They will say we must be monitored, controlled, kept peaceful. But they will never tell you why." The lights flickered again. Wind-like whispers filled the room. The air felt heavy. Mara looked over her shoulder. The archive corridor behind her was empty. Yet she felt she was not alone. Rourke's voice lowered into a whisper. "There is something buried in our DNA, something ancient. Something that should never have woken. Something the universe fears." Mara's entire body went cold. "We called it Project Origin 13. The aliens had another name for it. The Apex Seed." Suddenly, the station lights snapped back to full brightness. A klaxon alarm blared overhead. "Alert! Unknown signal detected outside Earth orbit." Mara turned to her secondary display. A feed from orbital defense satellites showed a dark shape emerging from the void. Huge, silent, unfamiliar. Rourke's voice came through the speakers again, his final warning. "If the Apex wakes fully, if they come looking for it, you must not open the rest of these files. You must seal them. Burn them." The recording glitched. His final words bent into static. "And whatever you do, don't let them know a human is watching." The file abruptly shut down. The archive chamber went silent again. Mara sat frozen. Then, her console flashed one last message. A message not from Earth. Not from any known species. A message that made her blood turn to ice. "We detect you. We detect the seed. Do not resist. We are coming." Mara stood slowly. Her legs felt weak. She whispered, "What did we wake up?" Outside, the ground trembled. The sky above Earth lit up with unfamiliar light. Something ancient had noticed humanity, and it was already on its way. The signal that should not exist, long, suspenseful, simple English. For the first time in centuries, Earth's sky did not feel safe. Mara Hale ran through the long metal corridors of Archive Station 9, her boots echoing like rapid gunfire. Sirens screamed through the underground facility. Security drones buzzed overhead, confused by thousands of conflicting alerts. But one alarm repeated louder than all the others. Alert! Unknown vessel approaching Earth. No identification. No transponder. No response. Mara grabbed the wall to steady herself. The message from the alien signal still echoed in her head. "We detect you. We detect the seed. We are coming." She didn't know what the seed truly was. But Admiral Rourke's warning was clear. Something inside humans was not normal. And now an ancient enemy had found it. When Mara reached the command center, chaos ruled the room. Officers shouted across glowing holoscreens. Satellite feeds flashed warnings. A giant 3D projection of Earth hung in the center, showing a black, needle-shaped object drifting toward the planet. Commander Rylan, a strict officer with gray streaks in his hair, turned as Mara entered. He barked, "Lieutenant Hale, why is an Omega file active on your console?" Mara swallowed. She wanted to lie, but the truth came out. "Sir, I didn't open it. Something else did. Something inside the system." Rylan's face drained of color. "Omega files cannot open themselves." "They did tonight," Mara whispered. A new alarm cut through the room. A trembling note, lower, deeper. A warning tone no one in the room had ever heard before. The display changed. Incoming transmission. Unknown source. But the transmission didn't look like any alien signal Earth had decoded before. It wasn't sound. It wasn't language. It was pressure. Every officer in the room grabbed their heads as a heavy force pressed against their minds, like the air itself wanted to crush them. Lights flickered. Screens cracked. Then the pressure shaped itself into words. "We see the world of the seed. We see the species that hid themselves. We claim what was left unfinished." A woman at the comms station screamed. Another officer collapsed, blood leaking from his nose. Commander Rylan shouted, "Cut the signal." "We can't," the tech officer yelled back. "It's not coming through electronics. It's coming through us." Mara felt the words vibrating deep in her bones. When she closed her eyes, she saw flashes. A burnt battlefield. Millions of alien corpses. A human silhouette standing alone. A something vast kneeling before them. A symbol burned into the sky, the same symbol she saw in Origin 13. She staggered back. These were not just visions. They were memories. But not hers. Ancient human memories. Commander Rylan noticed her shaking. "What do you know, Lieutenant?" he demanded. Mara hesitated, but she saw the fear in his eyes. He needed the truth. "Sir, the Omega file said humans carry something old. Something powerful. Something the aliens fear." She took a deep breath. "They called it the Apex Seed." Rylan froze. All color left his face. "I heard stories about that when I was a cadet," he whispered. "Rumors. Nothing more." "It's real," Mara said. "I saw Admiral Rourke. The Ars fleet survived something out there. Something that knew what we are." Before Rylan could respond, another officer shouted, "Commander, the unknown vessel is entering low orbit." The 3D projection zoomed in. The alien ship was shaped like a long, obsidian spear. No engines. No lights. Just a black surface absorbing every signal Earth sent at it. Then, a single glowing circle appeared on its hull. Like an eye, it looked directly at Earth. Directly at Archive Station 9. The command center temperature dropped sharply. Frost crept across computer screens. The voice returned, deeper, more focused. "The seed is awake. The apex remains. We come to end what we failed before. Then the alien ship opened. Not like a hatch. Not like a door. It unfolded, almost like a living creature stretching its limbs after sleeping for millennia. Inside, endless rows of glowing symbols pulsed with ancient energy. Symbols identical to the ones in the Omega files. Commander Rylan whispered, "My God, they knew humans would find this." Mara looked up. She felt something unusual rising in her chest. A warmth, a pulse, like a second heartbeat. The alien voice spoke again, now directed at her. "You, child of the seed. You hold the key." Every officer turned toward Mara. She stepped back, terrified. I don't know what they want." But deep inside her, a strange instinct whispered, "You do." The alien ship began charging a weapon. A sphere of swirling darkness forming at its center. Earth's defense grid activated, but their lasers simply vanished into the black hull as if swallowed. Commander Rylan yelled, "Everyone evacuate. That ship can punch through our shields like paper." But Mara didn't move. The pulse inside her grew stronger. Faster. Louder. As if answering the enemy. As if something ancient inside her had finally woken up. She whispered, "What am I?" No one answered. Not the officers. Not the commanders. Not even humanity's oldest files. But the alien voice answered. And its words shook the entire command center. "You are the last apex. And we have come to erase you." Humanity's hidden strength. The alien ship hung over Earth like a shadow from another world. It was vast, dark, and silent, but alive with energy that made every human sensor scream warnings. Mara Hale felt it deep inside her chest, the strange pulse of something awakening. Her hands shook, not from fear, but from something older, stronger, and impossible stirring. Commander Rylan barked orders, his voice cracking. "Deploy the orbital defense grid. Fire all interceptors. Do not let it reach the atmosphere." The first volleys of laser beams shot into space, but they vanished before touching the hull, as if swallowed by the ship itself. The Council of Officers stared in disbelief. No technology could harm it. Not Earth's best. Not the combined weapons of humanity's fleets. Mara took a deep breath. She could feel the weight of the Omega files in her mind. The warnings Admiral Rourke had left. Humans carried something the galaxy feared, and now the proof hovered above the planet. The alien message. A deep, vibrating hum filled the skies. The alien voice spoke again, not through speakers, not through radios, but directly into the minds of every human nearby. "We know you. You carry the seed. Humans are a threat we cannot ignore. Surrender or be erased." The words were like icy knives, cutting through the fear of every officer. But Mara didn't feel fear. Something else. Something old and powerful stirred inside her. She remembered Rourke's warning. Humans survive what no other species can. And if they are pushed, they fight back harder than any predator in the galaxy. She realized then, this was the moment the galaxy had never truly understood humans. Earth's hidden might. As the alien threat prepared to strike, Earth's defense fleets engaged in desperate maneuvers. But every human pilot could feel it. Something about their instincts had changed. They weren't just flying ships. They were anticipating threats before they happened. Lasers and missiles seemed to bend around them. Enemy strikes missed, not by luck, but by intuition honed over millennia of survival on a deadly planet. Mara closed her eyes. The pulse inside her grew louder. Every memory of humanity's wars, plagues, natural disasters, and struggles against extinction seemed to flow into her veins, giving her strength. The alien ship moved closer. A massive, claw-like appendage reached down, attempting to crush the orbital fleet. But the humans, ordinary humans, reacted instantly. They moved as one. Not by command, but by instinct. The ship recoiled, as if shocked by their coordination and reflexes. Even Commander Rylan stared, his mouth open. I've never seen humans move like this," he whispered. "The power of the seed." Mara felt a warmth rise from her chest. Her heartbeat synced with the pulse of the earth. Every instinct screamed, protect the planet. Protect the people. Protect the seed. She focused on the alien ship. For a moment, she was not just herself. She was thousands of humans. Every ancestor, every battle, every storm survived. All the pain, all the struggle, all the growth, flowed through her. The alien ship sensed it. Its massive hull trembled. The voice echoed again, this time in fear. I am possible. How can one human? Before it could finish, Mara raised her hand. A pulse of energy, unseen by human eyes but felt in every cell of the aliens' bodies, radiated from her. The ship shuddered. Its appendages froze. The black hull cracked, just a little, as if the earth itself had reached up and pushed back. The council watches in awe. High above, the Earth Council and military leaders stared at the display screens in shock. The alien ship, the most advanced threat humanity had ever seen, paused. Every human watching felt the truth. These were not weak, soft, fragile beings. These were hardened survivors of a brutal world. No species in the galaxy had endured what humans endured. No species had survived earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, and deadly beasts, and grown stronger every time. And now, the aliens were realizing what the humans had always known. Humans never brag. Humans never boast. They just survive. And when forced, they become a force the galaxy cannot ignore. The first step toward fear. The alien ship hesitated, as if reconsidering its purpose. It was not used to this level of resistance. It had never faced a species whose very existence screamed danger. Mara felt the pulse in her chest slow slightly. She knew this was only the beginning. If these aliens had seen one human standing against them, the galaxy would never underestimate humanity again. Commander Rylan finally spoke, voice trembling. They weren't lying. Humans are different, stronger, smarter, faster, unstoppable if pushed. Mara nodded. Yes, sir. And now they know why humans never brag about war. Because when war comes, we survive first, and the rest follows. The alien ship paused in orbit, hesitant. It seemed to understand something fundamental. Humanity was not just strong. Humanity was inevitable. The alien council's growing fear. Far across the galaxy, the Council of Elders sat in their shimmering chamber. Planets floated around them like jewels, each representing a different species under their dominion. They had always thought themselves wise, powerful, and untouchable. Until now, reports from their scouts came in. A human presence is detected. Their activity is unprecedented. The council murmured. Some scoffed, thinking it was exaggeration. Others whispered quietly, afraid to speak too loudly. They had never seen a species survive what humans had survived, let alone respond so calmly to a threat that would have destroyed any other life form. The briefing. Counselor Shori, the oldest reptilian in the chamber, opened the holographic display. Show us the files from Earth, she commanded. Images flickered across the chamber. Humans surviving catastrophic earthquakes. Human fleets navigating through deadly asteroid storms. Entire cities rebuilt after superstorms and floods. A few council members recoiled. Impossible, muttered a crystalline alien, its body cracking in shock. They cannot endure this, and yet, they live. Shori hissed. You do not understand. They do not just survive. They learn. They adapt. They turn even disasters into strength. The council's youngest member, a small amphibian-like species, trembled. If one human can withstand this, what could a full army do? What could a general do? Shori did not answer. She only stared at the files, then turned to the others. The reports of the past 500 years barely scratched the surface. They have been tested by extinction, and they thrived. The signal from Earth. Then, the unexpected happened. An urgent message arrived from Earth's orbit. The vessel above is not responding to our defenses. Unknown energy signatures detected. The humans seem unaffected. The council froze. Unaffected, hissed a warlord from the northern quadrant. Nothing survives a 1G assault from orbital weapons. A hologram displayed the human vessel dodging beams with perfect timing, reacting instinctively to every strike. Shori leaned forward. They are learning faster than our calculations. Faster than any species in our history. The chamber was silent. The council had faced conquerors, assassins, and cosmic disasters. They had always emerged victorious. But humanity was different. The warning in the files. Shori motioned to a second set of files, labeled Military Histories, Classified. The images that appeared shocked even the most battle-hardened council members. Human soldiers fighting after losing all equipment and support. Cities defended by ordinary citizens against armies twice their size. Wounded soldiers returning to battle hours after sustaining injuries that would kill any alien in minutes. The crystalline alien whispered. They are apex predators? But humans aren't predators. They are normal. Shori's eyes narrowed. Yes, normal humans trained to survive a world that would destroy all other species. They are predators, only because the universe forces them to be. The council's fear becomes real. Suddenly, a report arrived from their scouts observing the human vessel. The human is not armed. The human is not enhanced. Yet, the energy emitted from their presence has halted the alien ship above Earth. The chamber erupted into panic. Impossible, roared a winged warrior. No species can do this. Shori held up a claw. Stop shouting. We have underestimated them. If a single human can do this unarmed, what might an entire fleet of humans achieve? What might their generals be capable of? A hushed silence fell. The council had never felt fear like this before. Not from any alien. Not from any weapon. Not from any disaster. But now, they feared humans. A dangerous proposal. A reptilian warlord stepped forward, scales gleaming red in the chamber's light. We cannot wait. We must act. We must restrict Earth, monitor them, contain them before they grow stronger. Shori's hiss cut through the air. And risk provoking them? You have seen their history. You have read their files. Do you truly think humans will wait quietly while we decide their fate? The council members turned to each other nervously. Some whispered about coordinated attacks. Others suggested preemptive strikes. Shori raised her voice, shaking with fury and fear. Do you not see? A human does not brag. A human does not threaten. A human survives, and when cornered, they become a force no one can stop. The chamber was silent again. Fear settled over the council like a shadow. Even the most ruthless warlords were starting to understand. Humanity was nothing to underestimate. The first step toward respect. High above Earth, the alien vessel paused. It observed the humans calmly preparing defenses. It saw them move with instinct, precision, and courage. The council could only watch in disbelief. The files had revealed something impossible. Humans survived disasters, wars, and extinction-level threats, and grew stronger every time. The younger council members whispered to each other. If humans can survive that, what will they do if provoked? What if we force their hand? Shori's eyes glinted with a dangerous thought. We must respect them. For now. We must learn from them. And pray. They never choose war. The chamber remained silent. For the first time in galactic history, an entire council feared one species, not for what they had done, but for what they were capable of doing. Humanity unleashed. The alien ship hovered silently above Earth, a black monolith radiating ancient power. Every officer, every soldier, every civilian watching knew something extraordinary was happening. Something that no species in the galaxy had ever witnessed. Mara Hale stood at the heart of Archive Station 9, feeling the pulse of the seed within her grow stronger with every passing second. Her body tingled. Her mind sharpened. She could feel the history of humanity flowing through her veins. The struggles, the wars, the natural disasters, and the countless moments when humans had survived what no other species could. The aliens above could sense it. They felt it too. The massive black hull trembled as the first humans aboard orbital defense platforms reacted. They did not wait for orders. They did not strategize like normal species. They acted instinctively. Mara realized then that the galaxy had underestimated humans for one simple reason. Humans were not machines, not soldiers, not perfect warriors. Humans were survivors. And survival bred something no alien could predict: adaptability beyond calculation. The first strike. The alien ship extended a massive arm-like appendage toward the orbital fleet. Missiles fired from human platforms. Lasers blazed. But the alien hull seemed impervious. Then, something unexpected happened. The humans moved as if one mind guided them all. Ships dodged attacks, repositioned themselves, and fired simultaneously with perfect coordination. A missile hit the hull. Nothing. A beam struck it. Nothing. Then Mara felt it. The seed inside her responding. She focused. A pulse of energy radiated from her body, invisible but undeniable. It connected with every human nearby. The black hull shuddered. Cracks appeared along its surface. The aliens recoiled as if the human energy had burned them. The council on the distant alien world watched in horror. No species should survive this, whispered one elder reptilian. Yet they not only survive, they fight back. The council watches in panic. Back in the alien council chamber, the leaders tried to calculate the human strength. Every formula, every simulation, every historical precedent failed. This is impossible, one crystalline alien said. They are adapting faster than we can predict. Shori leaned forward, her eyes narrowing. Do you see? Humans do not brag. Humans do not boast. They endure. They learn. And when cornered, they strike back in ways no species can imagine. Another counselor hissed, we underestimated them. We thought Earth was primitive, harmless. Shori's gaze burned into him. They are neither harmless nor primitive. They are apex survivors. And now, they are awake. Human ingenuity. On Earth, the human pilots did not realize they were proving the Council's fears. They reacted naturally, instinctively. Ships moved through asteroid fields at impossible speeds. Missiles were intercepted mid-flight without advanced tracking systems. The black alien hull vibrated with every human maneuver. Mara focused again. She could see through the alien defenses, predict the next move. Her heartbeat synchronized with the pulse of Earth itself. Every human nearby felt a surge of energy they did not understand. It was as if the Earth itself was fighting through them. The alien shock. The alien ship's eye focused on Mara. Its voice, cold and metallic, resonated in the minds of everyone on the ground. One human. How can one human possess this power? Mara's lips curled slightly. She did not speak. She did not need to. Every officer in the room felt the truth. The aliens had never encountered a species capable of this. Humans were unpredictable, adaptable, and unstoppable when survival demanded it. The alien vessel tried to fire a beam directly at the humans, intending to obliterate them. But before it could strike, Mara extended her hand. The pulse inside her exploded outward, invisible but tangible. The beam disintegrated before reaching its target. The alien hull cracked again, deeper this time. Even the orbital defense grid registered the effect. The humans had amplified their survival instincts into a power the aliens could not resist. The Council's realization. Back at the alien council chamber, the elder Shori finally spoke, voice low and trembling. They do not fight for conquest. They do not fight for glory. They fight because they survive. And when survival is at stake, no force in the galaxy can stop them. A younger counselor asked, voice shaking. So, what do? We cannot destroy them. Shori leaned back, her gaze icy. No, we do not destroy them. We respect them, and fear them. For the humans never brag. They never boast. But when they act, the universe listens. The alien ship above Earth paused. Its massive hull shimmered, almost alive. The humans had proved their strength, not by weapons, not by technology, but by the sheer will to survive. Mara felt the pulse slow, as if acknowledging the alien ship's hesitation. She realized one undeniable truth. The galaxy would never underestimate humans again. And in that moment, deep inside her, a whisper echoed. This is only the beginning. The awakening of humanity. The black alien ship hung over Earth, silent yet alive. Its massive form reflected the lights of the cities below. All eyes, human and alien, watched, waiting for the next move. Mara Hale stood at the heart of Archive Station 9. The pulse of the apex seed inside her beat steadily now, stronger than ever. She could feel it flowing into every human around the globe. Soldiers, pilots, civilians. It was a quiet power, subtle but undeniable. The kind of power that could change the galaxy. The final confrontation. The alien ship's eye glowed brighter, aiming directly at the humans. Its metallic voice boomed across the orbit. Humans, you cannot survive. You will be erased. Mara raised her hand instinctively. A pulse erupted from her chest, invisible to human eyes, but palpable across the alien vessel. The hull cracked further. Weapons that should have obliterated cities fizzled into nothing. The aliens hesitated. They had never faced a species capable of reacting instinctively to the unknown. They had never faced a species whose very existence defied expectation. Mara felt the weight of Earth's history pressing against her. Every natural disaster, every war, every battle humans had survived flowed into her mind. Every human instinct, every lesson of survival, every act of courage surged outward. And the alien ship, magnificent and terrifying, faltered. The human response. From orbit to ground, humans acted in unison. They did not need orders. They did not hesitate. They did not fear. Pilots navigated impossible maneuvers. Engineers recalibrated weapons on the fly. Soldiers evacuated civilians while simultaneously neutralizing threats. All of it was guided by something deeper than strategy. Instinct. History. Survival. Humanity. Mara's pulse reached its peak. She felt a connection to every human alive, every human who had ever lived, every human yet to come. It was a network of endurance, courage, and power beyond calculation. The alien ship trembled. Its appendages froze mid-motion. It recoiled, as if the very essence of human survival burned it from within. The Council watches in terror. Far across the galaxy, the Deathworld Council and the alien elders watched in disbelief. The species they thought weak, fragile, and harmless had revealed a force they could not comprehend. Counselor Shori whispered, trembling. They were right. Humans do not brag. They do not boast. But when cornered, when survival is tested, they become unstoppable. The other counselors were silent. For the first time in galactic history, fear replaced arrogance. The humans had not attacked. They had not sought revenge. They had only survived. Yet their survival alone had rewritten the rules of the galaxy. The retreat. The alien ship hovered for a moment longer. Then, slowly, it began to retreat. Its massive shadow disappeared into the stars, leaving Earth intact. The humans did not cheer. They did not celebrate. They simply prepared for what might come next. For survival was never about glory. It was about being ready, always, for anything. Mara exhaled deeply. The pulse inside her softened, like a heartbeat returning to rest. She looked around at the humans who had acted without hesitation, without fear. And she understood something profound. Humans were not the strongest species because of weapons. They were not the smartest species because of knowledge. They were the strongest because they endured, and in enduring, they awakened power no one could predict. The message. High above Earth, and far across the galaxy, one truth became clear. Never underestimate a human. Never assume their survival is weakness. And never mistake their silence for submission. For humans endure, adapt, and when needed, they rise. Stronger than the storms, faster than the threats, and sharper than any predator the galaxy has ever seen. And one day, if the galaxy ever forgot, the humans would remind them. Mara smiled faintly. Her pulse slowed. The seed had awakened. And humanity had just begun. Humans are underestimated not because they are weak, but because their strength is quiet, enduring, and surprising. True power comes from resilience, adaptability, and the courage to survive against impossible odds. The galaxy may fear them, but humans never brag, they simply rise.